There we
Hello,
go.
everybody. How are you guys doing on today? Oh my goodness. Okay, first of all, guys, I am fangirl, okay, because I get to hang out with LaChelle Weaver. Okay, if you guys don't know, this is the author of Sister Surrogate, which the book is amazing, by the way, as well. She got some
Thank
other
you.
books too, okay? She is just an author that writes women's fiction. She's doing some amazing things, and she took the time to come and hang out with us on today, guys, for her latest release, Hello Beautiful,
Yay! Hello,
all of that good stuff.
beautiful. Mhm.
LaChelle, welcome to the cafe, my friend. And I'm going to allow you the opportunity to, you know what I'm about to say, introduce yourself to the people, my friend.
Well, first, I want to thank you and let you know that I'm so excited to finally be at the cafe. This is like on my bucket list as an author. I want to get on the cafe
Oh,
with
wow.
Angela. Yes, yes. So as you told them, my name is LaChelle Weaver. My most well-known book is Sister Surrogate. And that came out a few years ago. So I've kind of been, I want to say I might have taken a little hiatus. It's been a few years since I released something. So this is like my little dip my toe back into the little writing,
Look, well,
journey.
LaChelle, girl,
Yeah.
you dip more than a toe. Let me tell you. And we're going to spill a little bit of tea, but let me tell you, oh my goodness.
Uh-huh. So that's where Hello Beautiful was born. And it's a short story, a quick read, but it's really fast paced. So and it really has you like talking. Hey Kimberly, my
Hey,
favorite
Kimberly, thank you for joining us on today. Oh my goodness. Now, LaChelle, okay, I got to mess with you a little bit. So, y'all notice that she says she like dipped her toe. Let me just tell you, this book, oh my goodness, it is a page turner, by the way. You will be sitting on the edge of your seat. But like I said, she definitely dipped more to her toe because there are so many conversations that can be started with this amazing, amazing story. So, okay, LaChelle, I'm gonna get my notes because I don't want to get ahead of myself because I want the people to get all the tea here at the cafe.
okay.
Okay, so now, LaChelle, tell us a little bit about the title. Okay, Hello Beautiful. What
hmm
what inspired that title, or how did you come up with that title, Hello Beautiful?
So Hello Beautiful. It was the text messages that my main character Adore received when
Yep.
she met this guy on a dating app. And he would, her being, divorced and everything, her phone's been a little dry and everything. So she was excited to kind of get those Hello Beautiful text messages from him. So that's kind of where the title came from, Hello Beautiful.
Wow. Okay. I love that. And if you haven't read the book, she did spill a little bit of tea right at the beginning. Okay. You would know
Yes.
that there is some online dating, there's some text messages, all this good stuff. Okay. And let's just say there's gonna be a meetup. All right. Now, LaChelle, now we have to talk about this cover. And if you have read the book, you totally understand the cover as well.
Isn't that
Tell us
cover
about
gorgeous?
this cover and her night out on the town.
So when I was looking for images for the cover, because the book starts with her at a bar. And so I said, well, this would be a perfect, cover, since she's, at the bar or whatever. So I really love it. I worked with a new graphic designer this time, and she really knocked it out of the box with the cover. I was so excited, when I first saw it. I'm still staring at it now. So yeah,
Yes, and it is
that's how that
definitely one
comes.
of those eye-catching covers as well.
Thank
And
you.
LaChelle, okay, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret, LaChelle. So, see, what had happened was there was like one day I was on these internet streets, and all of a
Okay.
sudden I saw this cover, and it was like pre-order. I could not one click fast enough. Okay, so for those LaChelle Weaver fans out there, y'all know we've been waiting. So when I saw that, and it was like she didn't really give us like a warning. It was just like, bam, check me out. Here I am. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure others like myself, we were one clicking so fast. Oh my goodness. So I'm excited for you for your new release, Hello
Thank
Beautiful, as
you.
well as the cover, the title, all of that good stuff. Now, LaChelle, let me ask you this, okay? See, I found out something about LaChelle. See, LaChelle, like, okay, first of all, y'all know me, Angela. I like books, shoes, fruit snacks. That's my thing, right? Well,
Okay.
LaChelle is coffee, books, and
And true
all
crime.
things true
Yes.
crime. Okay,
Yes,
tell us
true
a little bit
crime.
about your three things: coffee, books, all things true crime.
Yeah, so I'm definitely a true crime fanatic, and I think it started probably when I was like in high school or something, and I just kind of, I ain't gonna say fell in love, but I was intrigued by, these fascinating stories of people committing these crimes, and so that's kind of where this story was born from because I listened to a lot of true crime podcasts. And there was a story on there, and when I tell you, Angela, when I was listening to it, like I was up under my covers. I had like chills coming up my arms or whatever.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what? I want to turn this into a story. Because in the story, I don't know what happened. Like we don't really know if the guy was really doing something bad, but he was doing something deceptive, at least. I said,
Mm-hmm.
well, what if, something more sinister was going on behind the scenes,
Right.
you know. And so that's kind of where this story was born from, a true crime podcast.
Oh wow, wow. And I'm
Hmm.
glad you shared that because look, you know we want the tea here at the cafe. I was gonna say what
Right.
inspired this story. But one thing that I want to ask you too, LaChelle, is you write women's fiction, and I love
Hmm.
women's fiction as well. Can you tell us, just thinking about your writing journey and all that stuff, would you say that women's fiction found you as a writer, or did you find women's fiction? What would you say to that?
Well, I'm gonna say this because, and she's on here, and it's not because she's on here. Now, everybody that knows me knows that I'm Kimberly Lawson Roby's number one fan. Like I'm number one fan. And so when I read her story years ago, it was called Changing Faces. That was like
Mm-hmm.
my favorite. That was her That's one of her standalones from the Curtis Black series.
Uh-huh.
But when I read that book, I know I've read it several times. But that's when I knew I wanted to write contemporary women's fiction, because
Uh-huh.
it's a genre that's relatable. And that most of the women can relate to something in those stories. And so that's kind of why I chose that. But it was because of that book, Changing Faces, I said I want to write women's fiction, contemporary women's fiction to be specific.
Wow, I love that. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that leads me to my next question, because one thing, guys, if you have read LaChelle Weaver's books or what have you, she definitely have stories that spark conversation. Okay. I mean,
Yeah,
go back and read
definitely.
Sister Sarah, and you'll know all of what I'm talking about or what have you. And this story does the same thing. For you, LaChelle, is that intentional with your writing to bring out these amazing stories that will get people talking, that will be thought provoking, and for some of the things that's going on in the
Mm-hmm.
world to help bring that conversation that may be hard conversations for some people to have as well? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, that's definitely my goal. That's, I guess it's like one of my taglines. I guess if you go on my website and you'll see that I like entertaining, but I also want to write stories that spark conversations. And so
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to always stay true to that, with even if this little short story that'll go fast, I still want you all to be like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened. Or, you know what I'm saying? Or
Mm-hmm.
calling up your
Mm-hmm.
girlfriend like, ooh. So
Mm-hmm.
that's the kind of, because
Mm-hmm.
those are stories I like to read. So it's
Yeah.
more so, yeah. So it's definitely, stories I like to write.
Yeah, yeah. Now, LaChelle, in this book, and guys, we gonna get to the good, okay?
All right.
But with this story, Hello Beautiful, oh my goodness, it's so much, guys. If you have not read it,
Hmm.
we will be sharing with you how you can get your hands on a copy of it. I
Hmm.
promise you, you will not be disappointed. It is definitely one of those books that's book hangover worthy, all of that good stuff. But the one thing that stood out is it is definitely thought provoking, and it will. I know you guys have heard me say this several times on tonight. It will spark conversation because leading to that, I mean, it deals with online dating. It deals with life after divorce. It
Hmm.
deals with, she tapped into a little bit of human trafficking. I mean, all of
Yeah.
this stuff. And LaChelle, speaking of like human trafficking, with this story, why did you feel that it was important to, hey, let's get a little bit of this out there so people can talk about this a little bit more? Mhm.
I guess, like I said, with the whole online date. Now, I've never done the online dating thing or whatever, but I said just my mind, kind of going to, what some dangers that, we could face on those apps, because I mean, you just don't know who's behind those apps. And that's kind of why I want to kind of touch on the whole human trafficking thing, because I mean it's really prevalent, and especially in our community. And we just, and I really don't want to go much into this, but it's everybody's talking about it. The girl that, I mean, I guess she's allegedly being said that she lied. What's her name, Carly or whatever. Where it was the whole kind of it was supposedly a ruse. Maybe we thought that maybe she was like human trafficked or whatever. But that's kind of where I wanted to go with it, like the dangers of online dating, or the hidden dangers of online dating. You really don't know, again, who is behind those screens. So it's more of like a cautionary tale, like, ladies, be careful, keep your head on the swivel, when you're on these sites.
Nice. Well, thank you so much for sharing that with us. And again, bringing that to light in this story. And guys, it is one of those stories that it kind of gives you all the feels, because there are moments that pull at your heartstrings. There are moments where you are talking to the characters, where, you just having these conversations. I mean, there is this wedding that take place. I mean, there's so much in this
in there.
There is so much
thinking about it, like, it's a lot.
Look, LaChelle, it's so much in this jam-packed. Like she said, guys, it's a novella, but it is jam-packed. And literally, when you finish, you're gonna want to talk to somebody. Okay, you're gonna want to have a conversation with somebody that have read this story, so you can have this conversation, that you can have this discussion. So book clubs. Let me just tell you, okay, if you're looking for a book that will have conversation in the book club, okay, I'm just gonna point to this. Hello, Beautiful is that book. Okay, reach out to LaChelle. I'm sure she will come virtual, if it's local, all that good stuff. Reach out to her, because this is good conversation right here. Now, LaChelle, let's talk about the characters a little bit, and I want to ask you this question. Okay, with writing Hello, Beautiful. Okay, and we know that you was listening to one of your true crime podcasts, or watching true crime, all that good stuff. But for this story, what came first, my friend? Was it these characters, or was it that plot?
Oh, let's see what came first. It had to be the plot that came first. Definitely the plot.
Gotcha.
And then,
now, go ahead.
I said, and then the characters.
Okay. Now, is that the norm for LaChelle Weaver's writing, that the plot come first, or sometimes it's vice versa? It just really depends on what you're working on.
Yeah, usually the plot will come first. In the past, at least with Sister Surrogate, I had the title first, and so I was able to kind of work from that. But and I normally would like to have the title first, and sometimes I struggle with titles. Yeah. But the plot definitely came first. Like I said, after I listened to that podcast, I'm like, oh yeah, I got to get this down now. And so that's definitely what came first, the plot.
I love that. And guys, did you hear what LaChelle said? She was listening to the podcast. So as you can see, author inspirations can come from a whole lot of different things, including podcasts as well. Now, LaChelle, for you, okay, I want you to describe some of these characters, for us that we was talking about, or what have you. But first, let's start with my girl Adore. Okay, can you tell us about Adore in 5 words? If you need a few more, you can have them. But tell us about Adore.
Well, she wants to believe in love again. Of course, after a contentious divorce with her husband, or her ex-husband, who you all met later on in the story, Merlin. So, and she's definitely about her friendships. You saw that with her girlfriend Kitty, her work friend Kitty. What else can I say about Adore? I loved her character. I mean,
yes,
I think she's very relatable.
Yeah. And I was gonna say too, LaChelle, with Adore's character, like you said, she's very relatable. She's real. And you even got like the raw emotions of what she was feeling and what she was going through as well. Now, see, LaChelle, since you done brought his name up, okay. what you
Missy
want to tell us
Merlin.
about Merlin? And guys, when you read the story, you will know why I'm saying, what you want to tell us about Merlin. Okay, what you want to tell about him? What you want to talk about him? Tell us, just, and you can just give us a little snippet of his character.
Right. So Merlin is the Missy, and I call him Missy Merlin. He's the ex-husband of Adore's, and you see their whole confrontation later on in the book. And I must say, even though he's probably that most hated character, maybe, but I love writing Merlin. you
Oh,
know,
okay.
I mean, he had me laughing, and I even wrote the story, but because he was just so ridiculous and over the top. But he was probably my favorite character to write,
Oh,
because of his, yeah.
see, guys, LaChelle done spilled a little bit of tea. She done spilled a little bit of tea about the character Merlin. Okay, he was one of her favorite characters, right? I love that. I love that, guys. If you are just joining us, as you can see, we are having a great time here at the cafe, hanging out with author LaChelle Weaver. Her latest release, guys, Hello Beautiful. It is available in ebook and print copy. We will be sharing with you in just a little bit how you can get your hands on a copy. And of course, if you have a question for LaChelle, put it in the comment section. We'll be sure to include you as well. Okay, so LaChelle, let's get into a few more of these characters. And then, guys, for the moment you guys have been waiting for, she is going to read just a little snippet of Hello Beautiful as well. Now, tell us about her best friend, Kitty.
Yeah, so I love Kitty too. She's Adore's work friend. They work together. When Adore first joined the company a few months prior, because she's new to the company and Adore's new to the company. And they bonded, really quickly. And she's just kind of like her ride or die. And she was the one who suggested to Adore to, to try a dating app, because she met her own husband, Randall, on the same dating app. And, her story turned out to be a fairy tale, whereas Adore's didn't, But
Right.
yeah, I love Kitty. Mm-hmm.
I love that. I love that. Now, LaChelle, can you tell us a little bit about, because one thing that I like about this book is that you guys know I like to use the phrase hit you with a headliner. That means it's like bam in your face, like right at the beginning, first chapter. Okay, it's like, ooh, okay, wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh, it's going down. Okay, in the first chapter. Okay, LaChelle, I see. Okay, that's how this story starts, or what have you. But can you tell us a little bit about like what that was like when you was in the writing cave and the words begin to come, setting up that first scene for us? Because girl, did you set up that first scene for us?
Well, I knew I wanted to set up the whole, because she, I guess this is a little spoiler, or I might even say it on the back cover, that she does get ghosted in that first scene. And that's kind of where I set it up, and she's like, okay, what's up with this dude? But then she has Cameron, who slides in next to her, who she meets at the bar while she's waiting on her date.
Yeah.
So it's like he has a little intrigue to him or whatever. But then, she's sitting there waiting on the guy, and she's like, well, he hasn't shown, so I guess I've been ghosted. So he's prompting her like, well, call your friend and make sure, everything's okay. And then, you see how I ended it when she gets the little dial tone when she calls. So that's kind of where I wanted to. So I wanted to end each chapter, like with, you just gonna, as I said, it's so fast paced. It's like you got to see what happens next. So that's kind of where I want to start it. This first chapter got to be a banger, and so that was my goal.
I love that. I love that. And speaking of that, guys, okay, since she just kind of set up like the first scene or what have you, LaChelle is going to read to us just a little snippet. I'm going to allow her to set up the scene for us. But let me just tell you, be ready to be on the edge of your seat, okay? And if you hadn't one clicked already, you're going to probably one click before the broadcast is over, okay? Because this book is so good. And LaChelle, we are ready when you are.
Okay, so I'll read a little bit of the first chapter. So
okay,
this is after Adore has she's pulled into the bar or whatever, and she's supposed to be on her first date with Brian, and that's kind of homage to one of my other favorite writers, Brian W. Smith. He don't know that. But I named a couple of the characters after, off of some people I know.
Oh wow.
Candace, the sister-in-law, is Candace Ordered Steps Johnson. like one of my sister's side. Yeah.
Oh, wow. This is super cool. I
Hmm.
love that.
Okay, so I saw the door had grown bored with her non-existent social life. Netflix, Hulu, and BET Plus with a bottle of rosé were her constant companions these days. She binge watched every TV series and movie her friends on Facebook had suggested, and she couldn't bring herself to watch another. When Adora had complained to her coworker Kitty Townsend, who she'd grown close to over the last few months after Adora had begun working at the pharmaceutical company in human resources that summer, she suggested a dating app called Right One, since it was how Kitty had met her husband Randall. They've been married now 2 years with an adorable little daughter, Gracie, whom Adore babysat on occasion so the couple could enjoy a night out. Adore had been hesitant about the app at first because her divorce was still fresh, but since she was on this new journey of trying new things, she'd finally acquiesced. And maybe she'd have better luck this time in the relationship department if that's what she decided she wanted in the future. But now she was just looking to have a good time. She didn't have any expectations, which is why she was at a bar. Adore would have preferred a nice restaurant with a romantic ambiance and a good wine list for a first date, but she hadn't wanted to come across as high maintenance. Her phone buzzed with an incoming text message. Hello, beautiful. I'm running a tad bit behind. Wait for me at the bar and order 2 Patron shots. See you in a few. Adore released a deep sigh. She didn't like tardiness, but Brian Carson was handsome and an entrepreneur, which meant he had his own money, something her ex hadn't. So she would give him a pass this time. Plus, she always looked forward to his hello, beautiful text messages throughout the day. Adore had been divorced over 6 months now, and her phone had been dry where the opposite sex was concerned. So it felt good to have a man courting her again, though it had only been a few weeks since they met on Right One. But so far they hit it off, and now we're finally able to meet in person.
There you have it, guys. Okay, so she just set up a little bit of the first chapter. We don't spilled a little bit of tea. We told you that she's gonna get ghosted, all this good stuff. But you see what the order was, okay? You see what the order was that she was supposed to order. So I'm just gonna say this. So this Joker had the nerve. He had the nerve to tell her to place the order. Okay, place the
Right.
order. And then you don't ghost her. Okay, I'm gonna need y'all to go get this book. Go one click, do what you need to do as well. Okay, so guys, LaChelle just read a little bit of Hello Beautiful. We will be sharing with you how you can get your hands on a copy of it as well. And before we do a round of this or that, let's see. I wanted to make sure I got a few questions from the chat. Veronica wanted to know, let's see, what book is currently on your bedside table? Now, Veronica, I don't know if you know anything about LaChelle. LaChelle is a reader like us. Oh my goodness. LaChelle, her TBR list is like our TBR list. So I'm ready for this answer. LaChelle, what is on your bedside table, my friend?
So right now I'm finishing up Pride by Victoria Christopher Murray. That's what I'm reading now.
Okay.
And I've been trying to finish this book for the longest.
Okay.
As The Wicked Watch by Tamron Hall.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what I'm reading now.
All right. Thank you for sharing. Great question, Veronica. All right. We have ESP Presents hanging out with us. Hello. Thank you so much for joining us on today as well. Guys, if you are just joining us, we are hanging out with LaChelle Weaver. And guys, let me tell you, her latest release, and it is a page turner, Hello Beautiful, is available now. It is live and in color. So LaChelle, you know what's up next, my friend. We get to play a round of this or that, but it's no right or wrong answer because it is all things according to LaChelle Weaver. Are you ready, my friend?
Yes.
All right, let's get started. Okay, first up, LaChelle. Big city or small town?
Small town.
Okay. Beach or mountains?
Beach.
Okay. Airplane ride or road trip?
Airplane ride. I just came back from Vegas, so airplane ride.
I love it. Okay, LaChelle. Glass half full or glass half empty?
Glass half full. Glass half full.
Okay. All right. Ebook or podcast?
Podcast.
Okay.
I don't know
I
because I
love it.
like,
I
but
love it.
but I love to read too though. So, but
You
podcast if
can
I
say
have to
both.
choose.
It's all things according to you.
Yeah.
It's all things according to you, my friend. Okay, now LaChelle. Now this one we gotta know here at the cafe. Okay, are you team tea, team coffee, or team something stronger?
Team coffee. I'm a coffee. I mean, I have to have my coffee every day at least, but I only limited it to 1 cup. But definitely
Oh,
coffee.
okay, okay.
Yeah,
Now, is
yeah,
there a certain kind? What? Because I mean, if you got to limit it to one day, I mean, to one cup a day, I'm
yeah.
sure. I mean, it's all the frills.
I love. Well, if I go to Starbucks, I like the white chocolate mocha. I always get a tall white chocolate mocha. But at home, I'm drinking now. I've got on the Dunkin' Donuts brand, the original. When I make my
Oh,
coffee at home. So
okay.
yeah.
Okay. All right. I love it. I love it. Guys, if you are just joining us, we have had an amazing time hanging out with LaChelle Weaver on today, guys. Her latest release, it is Hello Beautiful. And LaChelle, I want to ask you this question. When you think
hmm
about writing Hello Beautiful or what have you, and of course, like we said, she tapped into a little bit of human trafficking. She tapped into online
hmm
dating. She tapped into, just friendships, all this good stuff as well. What was the research like for that?
Well, I didn't have to do well. I guess the research part would be me listening to the podcast, but most of it just came from, I mean, because like I said, I watch a lot of true crime and you see those kind of stories, in the news all the time. But I said most of it is just my mind spinning on, because when you're writing, you have to ask certain questions like, what if this happened or what if that happened?
Oh,
And so that's,
yeah, yeah,
and again, this is it's based on a true story, but I had to, of course, fictionalize it again. And
right.
like I
And
said,
add that
again,
creativeness to it.
right,
Yeah,
because again, the
yeah,
podcast that I listened to, I don't know what happened to the woman. Like, was it just innocent ploy by this guy? Again, he was doing something deceptive, obviously, but we don't know like if he was really doing something bad, like if he was really out here getting women drunk and taking advantage
yeah,
of them, or was he really some kind of serial killer or something like that? You know how
yeah,
my mind
yeah.
goes there. So yeah.
I love that. I love that. Now, LaChelle, answer this question for us. And you did tell us one of your favorite characters to write or what have you. But when you think about Hello Beautiful, which character, and if there's another character that was the most interesting and fun for you to write, and then what character for you at moments gave you pause where you kind of had to sit with that character for a little bit? So, kind of a two-part question there.
Well, of course, with Merlin because he was so over the top, and it's like I kind of had to scale back on because he was real bad at first, but I kind of had to edit him some with his
Oh,
language and stuff like that. Yeah, and so he's one of the characters I kind of had to sit with because I'm like and then I don't want people raking me over the coals like he's horrible, but I mean people know a Merlin. Some people may know a Merlin. And you said what was the other part of the question, Angela? I think you done froze up a little bit. Oh, I think you froze up. But you said the second part was what was the second part of
okay.
the question? I'm sorry.
Which character at moments gave you pause where you kind of had to sit with that particular character?
And that was Merlin. And I thought you had another part to the question.
What was your was there a favorite or most interesting character to write? Was it the same person? Were they both Merlin?
Well, yeah, he was my favorite character to write, I guess like I said, because I guess he was so over the top. But I also I like, writing the Doors character. I said just because I felt like she was so relatable. So I definitely in a spinoff, and I do plan to write a second book because everybody was like, "There's got to
Ooh,
be a second book to this."
okay.
Um, but you may see a little bit of her, but I feel like her story is. I feel like all of these stories kind of wrapped up. I was thinking about the sister-in-law Candace, maybe doing a story on her. You know, um, but we'll see.
Okay, okay. So, guys, she's giving you a little bit of tea, as well. Well, guys, of course, LaChelle has a giveaway on today. I'm going to allow her to
Mhm.
share what the amazing giveaway is going to be as well. LaChelle?
So I'll be giving away 2 copies of Hello Beautiful, paperback copies.
I love that. Oh my goodness. I'm super duper excited about that, guys. Did you hear that? Not one, but 2
Mhm.
individuals will receive a copy, a print copy of Hello Beautiful. And LaChelle, how we do it here is I'm going to go up and down the comment section, my friend. You're going to tell me when to stop. And those 2 amazing people will be the winner of a print copy of Hello Beautiful. Okay. I am ready when you are.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. Whenever you tell me to stop.
Stop.
Okay. Let's see. Veronica Lockett, she had a question. Veronica Lockett, you are the winner of one of the print copies of Hello Beautiful. If you will inbox me your information, I'll be sure to get that information to LaChelle Weaver for you.
Congratulations.
Okay. LaChelle, let's do it one more time, my friend.
Okay. Stop.
Okay. Caitlin Wara, you are the second winner of a print copy of Hello Beautiful. Same thing. If you will get me your information, I will be sure to get that to LaChelle Weaver as well. And LaChelle, oh my goodness, the time goes by so fast, my friend.
I
Thank you so much
know.
for dropping by the cafe. I love it.
I
I love it.
appreciate
I
you for
love
having
it.
me.
And Kimberly Lawson Roby had words. She said, congratulations, LaChelle and Angela. Thank
Thank
you
you,
always for supporting
Kimberly.
authors and readers in such an amazing way. Thank you, Kimberly. We appreciate you for stopping by and hanging out with us on today as well. So, LaChelle, next up, okay, we did our giveaway, all of that good stuff, but I know that these people want to know, how can they get their hands on a copy of Hello Beautiful?
Well, if you want an autographed copy, you can go to my website, LaChelleWeaverWrites.com. Hello Beautiful is also on Amazon, and it's a KDP read. So if you are Kindle Unlimited, you can read it. Of course, you can read it as part of the membership for free. You can also, let's see, you can get it on my website. Yeah, my website and Amazon. Those, I was trying to think of other
Okay.
places, but it's on my website and Amazon.
I love that. So, guys, you heard it. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it on her website. You can get print copies from her website as well. Guys, let me just tell you, tell a friend to tell a friend about Hello Beautiful. You may even want to gift a friend a copy of Hello Beautiful as well. Like I said before, book
Mhm.
clubs, this is definitely a book that is book discussion worthy. I love that as well. Now, LaChelle, in addition to sharing with us how that we can get our hands on a copy of this amazing story, how can we stay connected with you, my friend?
Of course, I'm on Facebook. I'm under LaChelle Weaver Writes. I do have a private page, and that's my personal page, LaChelle Weaver. But I do have our LaChelle Weaver Writes. That's my public writers page. I'm on Instagram at love, LUV_words, WRDS. I'm also on Twitter. I'm on Goodreads, on TikTok, just about everywhere.
I love that. I love that. Guys, thank all of you for hanging out with myself and LaChelle Weaver on today, talking about her latest release as well. As we stated, the time goes by as so fast. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you watched and tuned in over on YouTube, thank you guys for watching on YouTube. And don't forget, hit the subscribe button, subscribe to Angela Anderson YouTube, as well as if you're watching on Facebook. Thank you so much for watching on Facebook as well. You can follow me at Angela Anderson Presents on Facebook. And of course, we will be dropping in the comment sections of the ways that you can get a copy of Hello Beautiful, as well as how you can stay connected with LaChelle Weaver on today. LaChelle, before we leave, I want to allow you to have the last words of what you want to say to the people.
Well, I just want to thank everybody who supported me so far. Like I said, I know it's been a minute since I've been out. Thank you, Antoinette. I know it's been a minute since I've been out. But I just thank everybody for all the support. The pre-orders were, phenomenal. I just ask that you all, please, if you read the book, please, please, please leave me a review on Amazon, a Goodreads, or both. I very Much appreciate that. And I also want to shout out my shirt. Fiction is my love language.
I like
and that
that. Yes,
yeah.
I like you.
And
You look,
and
you know, I love a bookish tea. I love that.
right.
Yes, yes.
And this shirt came from a fellow sister scribe, Nicole Scott. So I'll put her in the
Nice.
comments or whatever. I'll tag her in the comments.
Yes.
So because she has different ones, but I've definitely fell in love with this shirt. But I also want to thank you, my friend, for inviting me. Like, this has been an honor. I was so excited when you reached out about this. I said, "Oh my God, I'm gonna be at the cafe." So just thank you again for thinking about me. And I said, because I see all of my favorite authors on here all the time. So it's an honor and a pleasure to be on here with you today, Angela. I love you.
I love it. Thank you so much, LaChelle. I so appreciate you. And thank you for accepting the invitation as well. Guys, that is our show on today. Oh my goodness. Go get a copy. If you have not done so already, go one click or order your print copy, whatever you need to do, get your hands on a copy of Hello, a Beautiful. In addition to that, once you finish reading this amazing story, I want you to leave a review. I know that LaChelle
Yeah.
Weaver would be so appreciative of that as well. And hey, when you get your copy, take a picture, tag LaChelle, put it in, put it in the comment
Yeah.
section on her Facebook page, her IG
Mm-hmm.
page, all of that good stuff as well. And again, guys, it has been amazing hanging out with all of you guys on today. And you already know what I'm gonna say. Have an amazing day, because we're having an amazing day. And until next time, we'll see you guys later. Get you a copy of
Thank
Hello
you.
Beautiful. All right, bye-bye. See you guys later.